Hello, this is Antonio from Body by Bates, and for some reason I just wanted to do this video today. Don't know why, even although it's a little late in the evening. I wanted to do it before I go to bed, and I'm back with parasites. I've done so many videos on parasite, but I want to connect the parasite with the inflammation in the body because people think that we're just eating food and it's causing the inflammation in the body, but it have to do with the parasite and what the parasite does with the food when you consume it. Everything that you take that doesn't convert in the body, it's a drug. It's a drug to the body. If you look on on something, it's upside down, and then the brain turn it right side up. If you eat protein, it becomes amino acid. Fat becomes fatty acids, and carbs becomes sugar or glucose in the body. So everything like alcohol, the refined stuff stays the same and it doesn't convert in the body. And this is where the parasites come in. You're like feeding these parasites. So the moment you're feeding them, the waste product that they expel from their body is what is causing the problem. What I have noticed with myself is that the more I do these parasite cleanse, and I can get away with eating almost anything as long as you don't do it long term. You can eat a little ice cream, which you shouldn't, but you can get to do little things that you maybe miss every now and then, and you don't feel restricted as such to enjoy life, if that is your enjoyment, to have a little this, a little of that, without the consequences. You can actually do that. So I really want to express the importance of doing these parasite cleanse. There are thousands and thousands of parasites living in the body. And every time you eat something, you don't always get the benefit of what you're eating. First to comment, your digestive system is not working because of the parasite. They're consuming it and they're secreting material that don't allow you to absorb the food to get the nutrients. And so that's why we talk about hydrochloric acid and stuff. But the most important thing is to cleanse your body. Get rid of all the parasite through cloves. I do a juice fast for 21 days, which most people might think is a little costly. But what it is, you're worth more than anything else in this world. Once you have health, you have all the opportunity to live a healthy life and a long one and a wealthy one too. So it's important that you do a cleanse, and it's only with fruits. A lot of people get up and they're doing all kind of mixtures of cleanse and juices and stuff. But we are fruitarian. We are designed just to eat fruit. The other stuff that we consume, like the roots and the nuts, the body have to convert it to where it can be digest, alkalize it so that body can absorb it. So it's like it take 80% of your energy to digest food. So sometimes, especially at Christmas or when you have a big meal, you realize that you need to find somewhere and lay down to get some rest. The carnivores do that too, like lions. Whenever they eat, they have to find somewhere to just sleep. They sleep almost up to 18 hours a day just to digest the food and be able to go back and hunt again. So God created us to eat only fruits. but we're not accustomed, or we're taught differently. So it's hard to go back to the natural way. They say it's easier to change a man's religion than to change his diet, because you're just, no matter if somebody say you have diabetes, you're still going to eat the crackers. You're still going to eat the oatmeal. You're going to eat the cornflakes with milk, because you're wondering, what else can I eat? But you have to do the research. They say God won't do anything for you that you wouldn't do for yourself. So instead of hanging around praying and hoping for a miracle, you can take the challenge of eating better so that you can function better. I came across some information this week about starvation. They were talking about the Jewish camp, how they did the research on how starvation begin and how it ends. And what they realize is that when you're eating, or you're not getting enough nutrients, the first thing start going is your hair. Your hair start falling out, your nails stop growing. All the function that is not necessary for your immediate survival stop working. And then they would give them sugar, and they realized that the sugar would bring them back to life. They're excited. But the problem is, when all of this is happening, when the soldiers come into the camp to, bring chocolate and bring all these food to help them, they start eating it all at once, and then they end up dying. So they're wondering, how comes these people were living all this time starving, didn't have any food, and yet still the moment to start bringing in food, they're dying. So what it is, the brain cannot deal with all that sugar all at once, especially when it go long periods. So the heart shut down when you're bringing all this energy back into the body. So it's constantly, you have to reintroduce the food. So when you do a fast, instead of one day you're doing all these salads and all of that, and then the next day you're eating oxtail and curry goat and all of that, it's not doing any good. You can literally die from that type of behavior. So I did a 40-day cleanse once, and I was wondering, why Jesus did 40 days. And I mean, why 40 days? It couldn't be 41, it couldn't be 50. And I did the research, and I found out that after 40 days, the brain shut down everything else because it's so greedy and want to stay alive, that it will start flooding the body with certain types of hormones. So you're not able to walk, you're not able to move, you're in just constant pain. And that's a state of starvation. It's saying, yo, this extra movement that you're doing, we don't want it. So your knees hurt, your back hurt, your muscles hurt. And then I realized this is our present day society. We're eating all this food, but we're not getting any nutrients. And whatever nutrients we're getting, the parasite is eating it. So literally, you're belly full, but you're hungry, as Bob Marley would say. You're eating all these stuff, and you're not getting any nutrients. One thing I want people to realize, that the more carbs you eat, the more you will develop Alzheimer's in your later age. What it does, it stay and accumulate on the neurons of the brain, and then they crystallize and break, so you're not able to reconnect back to your own name, your kids' name, and all of those things. So it's very important that we stop eating all these carbs. It's sugar, just in a different form. There's a video some lady do on YouTube named Serial Killer. And I would recommend that people go out and watch it, or search it and watch, you know, research it on the internet and watch it, because we're giving grandma crackers with tea, we're giving her cereal in the morning with raisin, we're giving her all these carbs, and then you start wonder why she don't remember your name, or why she don't remember where she born, or if she go on the road she can't find her way back. We're literally killing our family with carbs, and these people know that. Some race can drink alcohol until thy kingdom come, and they will not develop the same disease or disease. So we have to look into that. People think that all people are created equal and by God, but not that is not the case. There are people that are created in labs. There are people that are, races that are created in different circumstances. Just like how you have a liger, it's a cross between a lion and a tiger, which should not be in nature. It's like a mule between a donkey, between a donkey and a horse. You create a mule. The God didn't create cows; He created ox. He didn't create dog; He created wolves. And the only dog that was created was a spotted um, wild dog in Africa, or they call it painted dog. But we have to come to the realization that people are out there in labs that are creating all kind of stuff, and they blame it on God. God don't need to bind things. He can just talk it into existence and it happen. These people go in a lab and they try to prove what's right and what's wrong. So we have to get a little more savvy about the things that we're being taught in school, and how our life is being affected by the decisions that we are making in order for us to live a better life. Some people say I don't want to live long because this world is cruel, but I always say there is no glory in the grave. You can't praise anybody, you can't talk to anybody. So the best thing is to live your best life, and not the ones that most people are living now. You know, oh, I'm living my best life. That is not life. That's just crazy. So back to Parasite. We need to get Parasite cleansed. If you do not have the parasites in your body, or the unfriendly bacteria, and have a balance, which you have to have a balance, you will live a better life. You will not get all these disease and joint pain and all these things. It's just a number of things that is happening in the body, and we take it for granted and we just think it's life. It shouldn't be. If you know, you do better. Knowing, you have to do better. Just not knowing and doing whatever you like, you're going to suffer the consequences, and there is nobody to blame but yourself. I am begging you guys, I keep saying it, get a parasite cleanse. I do a 21-day parasite cleanse, and you can contact me at bodybybates.com, or bodybybates85 at gmail.com, or Instagram bodybybates. It's vital that you take the time out of your life and do one of these cleanse and see the improvement in your body and how it's functioning. I don't know how else to say it, but stop blaming others for your situation, and you have this and you have that. Only one disease in the body, and that's called inflammation. And the only way you can have it is unless the only way you can have it, you have parasite that is feeding on your food and letting out the waste into the system. And most people don't exercise, they don't have the time for it because the job is more important. So they will forever be sick. You have all these joint pain. That's a sign that your body is inflamed. If you catch a cold, it's worse. If you catch something, and there's so much more, that cause, the 5G going up is even worse. Is you're cooking inside of an oven. If your body not accustomed or grounded, or grounding yourself, you will not be able to last long. All the people that take the covert 19 vaccination is going to suffer dearly, and there is nothing nobody can do about it except God. And then the good thing is that there are ways and things I could tell you, not on the